All right, continue with question 36. Now, I took that data and I put it in your calculator, or my calculator. And so there's my list 1, list 2. I did drop that extra 0 after it. You can drop the 1 at the end. You can't drop zeros in the middle. Or if you're worried, type them all in. Who cares? Next, if you push graph, it's not going to graph. Did you tell it to graph? No. Did you do like a formula? No. It doesn't know what you mean, and you have to put that in. So I'm going to go back to stat, go to cal, len, reg, and list 1, list 2, vars, function, and push enter. So there's your equation. Now, I already sent this thing to y equals, so I'm going to push the y equals button, and there it is. So it's 10 cents x plus 30. If you look on your paper, you'll see that's F, answer F. Easy. Next. Now where is my graph at? It's just not there. I might need to zoom out, so maybe zoom 3, enter. My line. You're right. Next question. Question 37. Least to greatest. If you get this wrong, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a fit. Me and Buttercup are going to have a talk with you. Now, it says, put these in least to greatest, and I have my answer choices here. For those of you stumped, the answer is C. Now, I'm in my calculator. I already deleted list 2, but I thought I'd review how to delete. You go to list 1 at the top, you hit the clear button, and nothing happened. Yeah, no, you're supposed to hit the enter button. Now it's gone. You need to input that data in this calculator. So in list 1, 5.78, negative 5.9. How do you write 58%? It is not 58. How about 58 divided by 100? Because that little 1 and that 2 zeros there is a pretty good hint. And how about parenthesis negative 2/3 divided by 4? I kind of like my negatives on the inside. And there is my answers. Now, you need to take those decimals and handwrite them underneath here. Otherwise, how do you know which one's which? You won't. And we know we're not good guessers, so we don't play those games. So I need 5.78. Let me get some room here. That one's done. And then that's, so 5.78, that was negative 5.9. It's really done for you. How about 0.58, don't forget that decimal. If you wear glasses, bring them so you can see. And that's negative 5.75. Again, check. Yep. Now, I need to do least to greatest, and which one is least to greatest? So that's my number 1. Here's my number 2. There's my data. Number 3, go get it. Calculator. It's going to be ascending. Yep. So sort A, parenthesis, list 1, close, enter. And if you don't close it, it's not going to be happy. So stat, I need sort A for least to greatest. So that's 2. And I need to put list 1 there. Close the door if you don't mind. Push the enter. You should see done. And then I go back to look at my list. Now it says negative is first, so if that's true, so don't just grab the first negative. You have 2 negatives here. I need negative 5.9 first. Negative 5.9, yes. No, that's not negative 5.9, because negative 5.9 is this one. That's a no. That's a yes. That's a no. Now let's go back to the yeses. The next one says negative 5.75. That's this one. That one's first. This one's second. So I need negative 2/3 over 4. That is yes. That is yes. Keep going. The third one. The third one says 0.58. Right here. Third one. So I need 58%. So now I'm going to just draw a line through these. They're distracting. I got that. Check mark. I got that. Good enough. I need 58% third slot. Yes, no. Winner is C. Be careful. We do not have time for dumb mistakes. Not on least to greatest. Question 38. A container contains oil, shape of a cylinder, diameter 10 feet, height is 17 feet. Which measure is closest to the volume of the storage container in cubic feet? Always read those questions. They might say cut the height in half or double the height or put a cone in there. You need to read. Thank you. Now, I drew you a stupid looking picture, I know. Hey, I forgot to shade the base. Whoops, my mistake. Blame it on Buttercup. Now, I drew your diameter, 10, and I put 10 feet diameter. Yep, that's what I wrote. And this right here is height, 17 feet. And watch your units. Are these things in feet, and then somebody pitches an inch in there? That's not good. By the way, there's 12 inches in a foot if you didn't know. Now, that diameter's cute and all, but I don't have formulas with diameter. You better be dividing by 2 unless you want to see 150 circles again. Now, number 1, cylinder. Excellent. Number 2, volume is base times height. Capital base means area of base, and that's why I shaded it, because it means area. Now, if you remember the formula for a circle, or go look on the formula chart, it's pi radius squared height. Now, the height came down, and the circle part is pi r squared. Now, you just need to insert numbers and stick in the calculator. Pi stays, r is a 5, and if you use 10, that explains the dumb answer. And then the 17 comes down there. And do you use the home screen or Y1, Y2, why not? You use the home screen because you don't have the V number. So if you put that in the calculator, you would get 1,335 and 18 cents. And I think that explains choice G. Next question. I'm on question 39. I've got a graph. It's showing linear function. That means it's past the vertical line test. You remember? Touch it one time. And it says, what is the y-intercept on this graph? Now, you got to be kidding. Y-intercept, what's that mean? In that y equals mx plus b. Isn't b where the y-intercept? And isn't m the slope? And isn't y equals mx plus b? It's called slope-intercept form on your formula chart, maybe? Let's just double check. Well, look at there. Slope-intercept form. I bet this is the M, and I bet that's the B. Just in case you forget, you might have the answer on the formula chart. Now, it says what is the y-intercept, and I'm going to have to assume you need to go get B, because it didn't say slope. That's B for start button. Where does it cross on the y-axis? And I believe that's -6. And you don't have to put this as an ordered pair. I just need that single number. Now, on your griddable, we do not have time for whoops. By the way, if you forget the negative, that's the whoops. Decimal was here, because you got 2 slots. You need -6. So I wrote it like -$6. So you should know where to put 0. So the zeros go here, the 6 goes here, and there's a plus and a minus over here, and that means positive, negative. The negative goes here. So you need to bubble in the negative. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You need to bubble in the 6. You do not have to bubble in those zeros. And if you're worried, bubble in the zeros. I don't care. Make it happy. Excellent. The end. Next. I'm on question 40. It says, triangle ABC was translated 2 units to the right, 3 units down. Which rule describes this translation applied to triangle ABC? Create triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. What do you know? Well, number 1, the action word. How about translated? I think it says so right there. What does that mean to you? It better mean slide because there's an SL right there. Now, what do you remember? Translation is an add or subtract thing. Dilation is a multiply thing. Rotation and reflection have to do with changing negative and positive and switching X and Y around. So if you look at your answer choices over here, I should see an add or a subtract sign. That's maybe, that's maybe, that is a no way, and that's a no way. If you're picking the last two, don't look about high school schedules. You won't need one. Now, which one's which? It says 2 units to the right. So I'm going to go to the right 2 units, and I'm going to go down 3 units. Which axis is to the right? I believe this is X, and I believe this one's Y. So the X should say +2. And the Y should say down 3. Down 3, right 2. Answer's G. Next one, question 41. Somebody has this much money to deposit in 2 different accounts. You've got account 1, account 2, you've got monies, you've got interest rates. Oh, nice. Decimals and fractions, my favorite. Simple interest and compound interest. Aren't those fun? Don't be frowning at me. So here we go. At least it's not amortization. Now, question 41. I went up there and marked the text, and if you notice, I did principal a little different. 650 is the principal, but then you have a 400 and a 250. You have too many of them. I think this is your total, and this is how they divided it. Do you need the 650 or do you need the 400, 250? You don't need 650. It's 2 different numbers. So delete that before you use that, since I just did that and I had to delete all I did. Next. Now, look down here at my work. Simple interest, I equals PRT. That's interest only. My P is 400. Rate is 3.5 divided by 100. You have to divide by 100 to get interest rate. And time is 2. I put that in the calculator and I get $28. And I can show you where I did that. I did that right there. That entry. 400, 3.5 divided by 100 times 2, 28. Now, this is only going to tell me interest. That is not telling me how much regular money I put in there. I have 400 in the bank because I gave it to them. They didn't lose it, right? And they gave me $28. So here's what I put in. Here's what they gave me. I have a total of $428. And when I leave, I want all my money. If you just said $28, you just gave the bank the $400, and that's not smart. Over here, I've got your formula here. A equals P parenthesis 1 plus R parenthesis caret top T. That is not P for perimeter. That is P for principal, and it's 250. Remember, we deleted the 650. So you put the 250 where the P is. That's $1 plus parenthesis 3.25 divided by 100. I would definitely change this fraction to a decimal. I would not put a parentheses in there. Parenthesis caret top 2 because of 2 years. Now here's my question to you. Do I have enough parentheses? You should have an even set, either 2s, 4s, 6, 8, 10s. You don't have 3, 5, 7s. How many parentheses do I have? 1, 2, 3. I'm missing one. Where does it belong? I got 2 in the front. I need 2 in the back. Whoops. And if you do it that way, you'll get it wrong. Don't make mistakes. Count parentheses. Now, A stands for all of it. That means principal and interest. Where over here, that was just interest. And I had to go personally add the 400. This one will do all of it. A for all. Everybody likes an A. Now, in the bank total is $266.51. So $266. That answer is going to be right there at the very top. So 250 times 1 plus 3.25 divided by 100. And if you notice, you see 2 sets of parentheses. 1, 2, and then caret top 2. You could use the other little 2 as well. And I got $266.51. Yeah, sure, whatever. So there's my numbers. Now, is that a total? Well, that's a total for this account, and that's a total for this account, but I need a grand total. So I need $266.51 plus $428.00. And if you add those together, you get $694.51. And yeah, that's a crazy math problem. There it is. Hard? No. You have to think. What are you supposed to be doing, and how are you going to get there? Answer is D. Question 42. It says on a field trip there's 3 adults for every 45 kids. Which graph models this with same unit rate? Same as in same slope maybe? Now I came down here at the bottom and made myself a list. It said 3 adults for 45 kids. It's exactly what it says. Now if you read the X and Y axis, you'll recognize X goes to 150 and the Y axis stops at 10. So I'm assuming the Y axis is the adults. And the x-axis is the students by default because of the big numbers. That means I need to reverse those. So that's 45 kids for x, 3 for y. Okay? Now my next question would be this. If there's 3 teachers for 45 kids, how many kids are with 1 teacher? Wouldn't you just divide by 3? Yep, 15. So that means for 1 adult there's 15 kids. So I can put that here. 1 teacher, 15 kids. Just in case I need that. Now I took your 3 and 45 and plotted it on your graph. 3 is the y, 45 is the x, and by the way, between 0 and 30, what is that middle mark? What's half of 30? 15. So if that's 15, that's 15, 30, 45, 60. Yep, add 15 to get this one. Now, so here's 45. So I'll put a dot at 3 and 45. Is this dot right here on that line? No. Is this point right here, 3 and 45, on the line? No. By the way, this line is cute. That means if you take 150 kids, you're taking 1.5 adults. So who's going to get chopped in half would be the better question. I vote for not me. What about up here? I put 3 and 45. Here's the dot. It's on the line at least. What about over here? 3, 45. It's not on the line, so it's not going to work. How about answer H? If you would plot your points and logically think through this and talk to yourself, not out loud, it will make sense.